From Marmatia with love. Well, in this case, not much love once you've had the yeast extract. So these are my bad guy enemy ground forces. It's the second time I had to do the video. The first time was before a certain mercenary musical organisation was declared a terror group. So I'm redoing it now to make it clear that the mercenaries are not involved in this. Now, I wanted something to replicate a full range of hybrid threats going from asymmetric warfare all the way up to high technology modern top-end warfare. The Marmatians are mainly at war with the Oilums over a disputed border area. Marmatia is where Tanzania is and Oilum is where Mozambique is. Cross the Mozambique Strait, which is now like Oilum Strait, and you get the Malagasy What If Armed Forces. So it explains why the Malagasy Armed Forces have a lot of top-end kit. So here we have the Marmatian militia. Yes, they have purloined an Iraqi tank from a museum, but this is really the asymmetric end. So here they have some obsolete tanks, die-cast T-55, that T-59, a 4D puzzle BTR-80, trumpeter T-62, trumpeter T-55 with mine roller, and that's an SNS model mine roller. They have a lot of militia who are well armed with RPGs and light mortars, and they've been sneaking into the Malagasy state, as we know, and they have lots of sort of irregular vehicles, but with mortars, 120mm mortars, so they're not terribly poorly armed, and they can provide an asymmetric threat. They are supported by the 2S1 Godzvika howitzers. These are printed models with their associated support vehicles. They are BM21 Grads, die-cast for heavier support, and then you start to move into the smaller but still well-equipped Marmatian regular army. They have a Metis anti-tank team here. They've got some short-range SAM systems. They've got an artillery spotting radar. They've got T-80s from Trumpeter BVs, 3D printed Butlers BMP2, 3D printed Butlers. This is a anti-tank missile system. And then they've got a reconnaissance vehicle and some more anti-tank vehicles. Got a BMP3 without era and a BTR-80, an engineering vehicle, and most importantly, the Meister S self-propelled artillery system with associated trucks and command vehicle. Then they move up a bit to some more regulars, again well equipped with anti-tank weapons, T-72 BMs from Butler's printed models. This was a Badger 3D Terminator, medical MTLB, 3D printed, some 3D printed Nonas, Butler's printed trucks, and now we get into heavy firepower. So these are BM-27 Uragan multiple launch rocket systems being replaced in the Russian armed forces by the Tornado. Again with some trucks for support. Badgers 3D printed. So we're moving up in terms of technology and the threat. Now, as you'll notice, the Marmatian regulars are quite thin on the ground. Even though they're primarily anti-tank teams, I need to add some drones to them. Then you get into mercenaries. So they've supplanted their limited resources with mercenaries. And here are some mercenary combat teams, very naughty. And they are supported by T-90s, the latest version. A Terminator there, it's a 3D, no, that's a Zvezda model, correction, and a Butler's BMP3 with era and air conditioning that I've added. Now this is really going into sort of the realms of silliness. They've got an Armata and a T-15 infantry carrier. Like I said, gets a bit silly at this end. They've got the paint still drying on their HQ-17 from China. Will they be buying more Chinese equipment? Bad Lieutenant, let me know. Advice please, Ian. Advice please, Jaws. And yes, so really a very naughty range of very naughty threats, going from what is actually kind of relevant to the African theatre at this end, all the way up. I wonder where the inspiration has come from. These are the bad guys as denoted by their red markings, the red for Marmatia, red and yellow for Marmite. They've all had the Marmite, they've all taken the oath to Marmite, and these are the bad side.